Don't look now, but the Denver Broncos are playing some good football. After starting the year 2-5 with a 5-game losing streak, we've won 3 games in a row, set to face off against the Patriots and the Raiders today with an opportunity to really make a dent on the AFC standings as we look to push for a potential playoff spot. A few weeks ago, this would have been inconceivable, but the team is finding ways to win games. That includes our most recent matchup on the road in Philadelphia. We got the job done against the Eagles 24-6 in a game where the defense played really well. Now, offensively, there are still a lot of bumps in the road. The passing game was still very subpar, whether it was Bo Nix's fault or the receivers or the offensive line or a mix of everybody. It's pretty fair to say that the offense did not play their best game. However, our defense was really good. The Eagles were limited on the ground with Saquon Barkley and Will Shipley injured. They had to win this game by throwing the football, and with how good our pass rush and to a lesser extent the coverage has been this year, unfortunately for the Eagles, they were not able to get the job done. Also, in the last episode, we had a prospect profile going over some of the skill position players in this year's draft class at running back, wide receiver, and tight end. It's an intriguing skill position group, and it's no question that we could use some more juice at those spots, given that our skill position play this year has been sort of subpar. And of course, don't forget, we have the projected number 1 pick right now in our draft day trade with the Jets a year ago. And of course, it has been a rough season for New York, and it's been a rough season for us at times on the injury front. And the Eagles game was no exception. A torn labrum for Baron Browning. The sack numbers aren't that crazy, but we're certainly going to miss him. Nick Bonitto's going to have to step up even more. Obviously, he's been ridiculously good this year. Michael Williams is a guy who I think is going to see a bigger role. He has really started to heat up. And then other guys like Jonah Ellis, Jonathan Cooper, they're probably going to play more, and we're going to need them to replace the very consistent pressure and production that Baron Browning has brought off the edge. Let's look at this matchup here against New England, a team who's really similar to us. Inconsistent scoring offense, but they run the ball well, and they stop the run, just as we do. They're currently in first place in the AFC East, tied with Buffalo and Miami at 6-4. Now, if we remember last year, they were the worst team in the league. They drafted Jordan Burch, number 1 overall, and so far it's been a pretty good pick. 11 TFLs, 6 sacks, and the current frontrunner for AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year. Even though they've won a lot more than last year, that hasn't necessarily meant that Drake May has played better. Sort of similar with us and Bo Nix. The team has gotten better, but the passing game has arguably gotten a little bit worse. Now, of course, New England did make a big splash at the deadline. They acquired Deebo Samuel from San Francisco, adding some star power to an offense who needs it, and a defense who has been the backbone of this team. It's not just been the addition of Jordan Burch, though. Christian Barmore's really taken a leap. These defensive backs have all been playing well. They've got a good group back there, and it's going to be a challenge for us to throw the ball, and it's going to be hard to run it, of course, especially with Ashton Jeanty, who suffered a season-ending injury a few weeks ago. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. We'll start with the offense. Bo Nix and company. Even though we've won our last 3 games and we've scored over 20 points in each of those matchups, it still feels like there's a lot left to be desired on the offensive side of the football. And things will not get much easier today, playing against a good defense here in the rain. 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Denver already has it at around midfield early. Nix looks to throw it under some pressure, rolls out to the left side, on the run, floats it up, it's caught by Harrison Whaley at the 20. We've got a flag, but luckily for Denver, it's on the defense. Pass interference against Jawan Bentley, and the penalty would put us pretty much exactly where Whaley ended up. Great job by Nix to extend the play, make the throw, and a good job by Whaley to track the football. Because on 3rd and 7, that one is hauled in for a gain of 6. New England gets the stop, and Denver's got a decision to make on 4th and 1. They're going to keep the offense out on the field and go for it. They feel like they're this close. Let's punch it in. Delayed handoff. Javonte Williams gets the first down. It was an RPO. We wanted to give Bo the opportunity to throw the ball if the rushing lanes were collapsed early. They weren't, so he goes for the handoff, and it works. 2nd and goal now. Franklin in motion. He is open in the flat, and Troy Franklin is in for a touchdown, his 2nd of the year. Now that, my friends, is how you start a game on offense. Unlike our Kansas team in the Kansas Dynasty, this Denver offense does not start games off well. So to see us march down the field and score on the opening possession is a really good sign. New England with it. 2nd and 4. Play action. May is sacked on the play by Nick Bonito. That is 10.5 sacks on the season for Bonito, the current frontrunner for AFC Defensive Player of the Year. What a season he has had. And with Baron Browning out, he's going to be on the field pretty much every play now. 3rd and 13. It's broken up by Riley Moss. The pocket collapsed. Bonito with pressure again on the former Bronco, Garrett Bowles, who's getting the start today at left tackle for New England. That leads to a punt. Denver with it. Franklin in motion here on the 33. As Nix looks to throw it, he's under pressure and he's sacked. Jordan Birch, the number 1 pick out of the University of Oregon, brings him down. I think the rookie linebacker from Utah, Kareem Reed, was there with some pressure as well. 2nd and 19 now. It's another pass. Nix up the middle. He's got Mims. Breaks the tackle, and nobody's in front of him. Marvin Mims looking to take it the distance. Gonzalez will not catch him. A 77-yard touchdown for Marvin Mims. And the Broncos lead 14-0. When I saw Mims was breaking that tackle, I knew he had to get by that defender, because if he did, nobody was going to catch him. And that's how it plays out. Marvin Mims has been hurt for much of the year, came back last week, performed pretty well against Philadelphia, and now he does that. A statement to make it 14-0 as Alec Ayomanor, the rookie from Stanford, takes it out of the end zone, and there he goes! Nobody in front of him! Ball doesn't lie! Touchdown, New England! Alec Ayomanor on the kick return takes it the entire length of the field, and New England immediately matches with a touchdown. So it's now 14-7. Broncos back with it, 3rd and 2. Quick start for Bo. He's got 2 first-quarter touchdowns. Floats it up for Mims. It's broken up. Honestly, that was a perfect throw by Bo Nix. He placed it to where only Marvin Mims could turn around and get it, but the corner does a really good job of jarring the ball out late. So Denver punts it. New England back with it. May on the run is incomplete. We've got a penalty here. It's going to be a holding call against New England. But since it would be 4th down anyway, we're going to decline the penalty and ultimately force the Patriots to punt it away. Denver gets it back. Their last drive wasn't so good, but otherwise the offense has been impressive. Next up the middle, he's got Troy Franklin for the first down at the 44-yard line. This has been easily one of the most impressive quarters throwing the football that we've had all season. Bo Nix has had time to throw it for the most part, and he's done a really good job. He's made some nice throws, given his receivers opportunities after the catch. Here's Franklin again, a busy start for him as he gets another first down to the 33-yard line. I think Troy Franklin had 3 or 4 first downs / touchdowns in this quarter. An exciting start here in the Mile High City, 14-7, with a 77-yard touchdown by Marvin Mims and a kick return for New England by Alec Ayomanor. We've had no shortage of highlight plays so far, and we'll see if that continues here as this game goes along. From the 28-yard line, 2nd and 5, it's a pitch to the outside. Javonte Williams with space gets the first down, jukes away from Jabril Peppers, and he gets it to the 12. Good run there by Williams, moving the chains. He's looked pretty good since coming back from injury, regaining his role as the full-time running back with no Genty. Here's Nix on the run, floats it for Mims, who's wide open in for a touchdown. Now we've got a flag, and initially I thought it was a late hit on Nix, but as they're panning it to Marvin Mims, that makes me think it's on him. It's an illegal touching penalty. Mims touched the back of the end zone before he came back in. So it's the Diddy penalty. That'll make it a 4th and 2 at the 4. And we're going to take the points. I know this is a little bit unlike my play calling style, but I want to make it a 2-score game, and so the kick by Will Lutz is good. That'll make it 17-7. Patriots back with it, looking to get something going here, make it a 1-possession deficit. As on 2nd and 4, the short pass is caught with a nice play after the catch to the 49-yard line. It's the veteran Kendrick Bourne who comes down with that one, and now New England has it past midfield. Following play with a little over 6 and change to go in the first half. May calls for an audible at the line. Play action, looking to throw it under pressure. He is sacked on the play. Nick Bonito does it again. He's in for half his sack along with Jonathan Cooper. 1.5 sacks now today for Bonito, who is on his way to wrecking another game. 3rd and 8, May under pressure on the run. He goes short for Hunter Henry, who gets around 6. Surtain wraps him up out of bounds. New England's got a decision to make, and ultimately they would punt it away. A pretty good punt at that, pinning him at the 4. And Denver's not going to start with good field position as it's an RPO. Whoop! Franklin with the juke move gets the first down. That'll get Denver out of safety territory. Troy Franklin's had an up-and-down season, but he has had a really good start to this game. One of his most impressive stretches. 3rd and 7, no time to throw it. The edge collapses, and Nix throws out of the sack. That was Sione Takitaki with the pressure and the QB hit, as New England has it at the 2-minute warning. May on 3rd and 8, it is incomplete as the receiver was unable to get the 2 feet in bounds. Good coverage by Chris Abrams. Drain had a pick 6 last week against the Eagles, and Denver gets it back from the 32. Nix goes short. It's caught. Zamir White. He'll make his way out of bounds. Recently signed out of free agency to fill the void of Ashton Genty. Bo Nix is having himself a game. 13 of 19, over 200 yards and 2 scores. He is really dialed in right now. From the 49, that one is broken up for Tez Johnson. As good of a rookie season as Tez has had, his hands have been inconsistent. He's got to do a better job of bringing the football in. As New England gets it back at the 13-yard line with 40 seconds to go in the half. Short throw is caught. Hunter Henry with it, and he brings it to around the 30-yard line as New England calls their first timeout. So now that they get the ball out of safety territory, they really have room to try to do something here before the end of the half. Up the middle, Deebo Samuel with a huge gain. He gets around 35 yards, and New England is moving fast. Here is May looking short. It is caught. Henry gets around 6. New England's going to call the timeout, and that gives them perfect timing to bring out the field goal unit, make it a one-score game with just 7 seconds to go. 41-yarder is up, and it is good. So that'll make it a 17-10 ball game as we head to the ensuing kickoff. Tez Johnson to return it, and what? Huh? That is a safety. And it is 17-12. Let me explain what happened there. So I wanted to have Tez Johnson take a kneel down in the end zone. The game started to have him come out, and his foot must have touched past the end zone. Eventually he dives in, and that's a safety. As we take a look at our halftime report across the rest of the NFL after that Broncos blunder. Earlier today in Kansas City, the Houston Texans would knock off the Chiefs 34-28. Big win for a Texans team who's been inconsistent this year. They've been really up and down. They just lost to the Titans pretty recently, who are one of the not-so-good teams of the NFL. Kansas City started the year off looking unbeatable, but they have definitely come back down to earth over these last couple of weeks, dropping to a record of 9-3. Let's head to Carolina. The Panthers have obviously had a strong season. The Dolphins tied with New England and Buffalo atop the AFC East. Both us and New England are certainly rooting for Carolina in this game, so we'll be disappointed to know that the Dolphins lead at 10-0 with this rushing touchdown by Jalen Waddle. New England, of course, needs the Dolphins to lose to help their standing within the division. We need the Dolphins to lose to help us within the wild card race. And finally, we wrap things up in Landover, Maryland. The Raiders are on the opposite trajectory that we are. They are on quite the losing streak, and that appears to be continuing. Jaden Daniels on the run, connecting with Rashid Shaheed, the latter of whom scored twice in this first half. 21-9 lead for the Commanders, as the Raiders are in danger of dropping their 6th consecutive game that would push them down to 4-8 with a matchup against the Broncos at Allegiant Stadium later today. So what do we need to do going into the second half? Because we were clearly the better team in the first half, but we let it slip away at the end with the field goal by New England and then the special teams blunder. And obviously that was not a good play on the kick return. I think that goes without saying. But we're going to have to respond off of that call, make sure that was only a 2-point swing, and not end up being more as this game goes along. On first down, May is sacked. He is wrapped up on the... Whoa, what is Nick Benito doing? It looks like he was talking some trash. That was not Benito with the sack, though. That was Jonathan Cooper. He is 1.5 this afternoon. 2nd and 21. May under pressure. Benito strips it away! And it's recovered by New England. For Nick Benito, that is his 4th forced fumble of the year. He now has 2.5 sacks in this one. And after a pair of sacks to start the drive, it's 3rd and 34. So they're just going to run it up the middle. Elijah Mitchell only gets a yard. He's wrapped up by Jordan Davis. That, my friends, is how you respond defensively. New England with negative 23 yards on that drive, and we're going to get really good field position. 3rd and 2. Zamir White does not get the first down, and we're going to go for it here. If not for the safety, we would have easily kicked the field goal, making a 2-score lead. So if we get this, it's like we're kind of making up for the special teams blunder. But Javonte Williams is stopped! New England stuffs him at the line. Jawan Bentley makes the play. And so as I kind of alluded to earlier, we can't let that safety end up hurting us down the line. It did here. The safety really ended up being a 5-point swing because we would have kicked the field goal there, and instead of being up by 10, we're only up by 5, and now we're digging ourselves a hole because of one bad play. Deebo Samuel brings it to the 50. 2nd and 9. May up the middle. Back to Deebo, and he gets it to the 28-yard line for a first down. New England moving it well here on this possession as they look to potentially take the lead. With 3 to go in the third, up the middle. Mitchell takes a shot. Jeffrey Bussa, the rookie out of Oregon, with the big hit, and that's going to knock Mitchell out of the game. We'll see some Cam Akers, and we'll see the rookie Phil Moffett running back the rest of the way as May is sacked. Chris Abrams drained with the initial hit. I think Marvin Grant was there as well. Jonathan Cooper finishes him off, and look at this. 4th and 14. They're going to go for it. May, his pass is broken up by Marvin Grant, who makes a great play on the ball. So with the rain, New England, I guess, didn't feel confident with a 49-yard field goal. They felt better about a 4th and 14. That is a strange call. Doesn't work. And now look at Nix. Downfield, Franklin, all the way to the 15-yard line, a gain of 35. So a big stretch for Denver. We get a stop defensively on 4th down and a huge play by Franklin. Even though nobody scored in that third quarter, no shortage of entertainment in that set. But overall, a pretty good quarter for us because we keep our lead and we're moving it down the field. We've got it in the red zone. 3rd and 5, though. Neither team has converted a 3rd down all game. Will this be where that streak ends? Nix, under pressure, goes short. What was that animation? Tez Johnson dropped it. I think that's Marcus Jones with the hit. We're going to bring out the field goal unit. Again, we could go for it to try to make up for the safety and the missed 4th down earlier, but we don't want to dig the hole any further. We're just going to take the points. It is a 1-score game now, which isn't ideal, but when life gives you lemons, you got to make lemonade. So the Patriots have it back. 2nd and 8. May goes short. It's Bourne breaking tackles, gets it past the 40, wrapped up by Surtain and Drew Sanders. Now at the 50. 2nd and 3 with 8 minutes to play. Deebo in motion. It's a jet sweep. He gets it, and he's going backwards. It's guess who? Nick Benito, who brings him down. I think that's his 4th, 5th TFL. I've lost count. May on 3rd down is sacked on the play by Jonah Ellis. This pass rush continues to play at an unbelievably high level. Opposing quarterbacks have not had a fun time against this front unit. Nix is sacked, though. New England repays the favor. It's going to be Jordan Birch leading the pressure, and now it is 3rd down and 23. Nix looks to throw it under more pressure from Birch, but he has Mims open and it's overthrown. He created enough separation on the vertical route off of Christian Gonzalez, but Bo Nix put a little too much on that pass. New England now with it. 2nd and 5. Deebo Samuel with a first down to the 30-yard line. So New England with this field position, again, they have a great opportunity to score, maybe tie the game with a 2-point conversion. May on the run, outruns John Franklin Myers. He's got a first down, and he slides in front of P.J. Locke at the 7. A good run there for Drake May. And with 2.5 minutes to go, New England is marching on the doorstep. 1st and goal. May, under more pressure, will look to roll out once more. Outruns JFM, and he's in for a touchdown. Drake May with the rushing score. It's a 2-point game, and now New England's got to get the conversion here if they want to tie this game at 20. We'll see what New England has planned here. May looks to throw it under pressure, and he is sacked! Jordan Davis trips him up. Denver gets the stand on the goal line. We'll hold on to our lead, and now we're going to look to win the game. From the 26, Javonte Williams going backwards. Not a good start. Christian Barmore brings him down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 4. We still have not gotten a 3rd down today. Nix calls for an audible at the line. Play action, looking to throw it. Rolls out to the left under a lot of pressure, and he will look to loft it up. It is incomplete, but there's a flag! Defensive pass interference on New England. Automatic first down. Bone was just trying to loft it up, hoping for a miracle or a flag or something, and Kyle Duggar got handsy. Denver gets the first down, and they get another one here on this next play. Williams to the 25. He was tackled inbounds, so New England's going to have to use a timeout. 3rd and 2 now. A first down ends it. Zamir White to the outside. He gets it, and he's going to dive down to make sure this game is over. Both teams combined to go 1 for 17 on 3rd down today. That was the lone successful 3rd down, and that's the play that wins it. 20-18, the Broncos take this one over New England. It was not pretty. We made a number of mistakes in this game, but we found a way to prevail. Our 4th consecutive win. We are back over 500 with a record of 6-5. Still a lot of things to clean up, especially offensively. 0 touchdowns and just 6 points after our red-hot first quarter. But the defense with another terrific outing. This pass rush is unbelievable. The pass rush was a weakness for us last year. Now it's a strength. I do think Bo Nix played a good game, though. He was able to push the ball downfield, made some really nice throws, one of his better games of the year. And then Drake May, there's nothing we can really take away because he was under pressure the entire game. Troy Franklin played well. Marvin Mims had some big plays. And then defensively, we had a number of guys stand out. But the star of the show, again, Nick Bonito. 8 tackles, 5 for a loss, 2.5 sacks, forced a fumble. This dude is a superstar. There's no other way to put it. He has been one of, if not the very best defensive players in the NFL, and it's nice having a complement of pass rushers around him. 2 sacks for Jonathan Cooper. Michael Williams made some plays. Jordan Davis had the sack on the 2-point conversion to end it. Jeffrey Bassa active in the backfield. And of course, when healthy, Baron Browning. Here's a look at our scores across the rest of the NFL for Week 12. Man, the Jets really suck. They lose to the Falcons 28-3, which is, ironic being that it's Atlanta. But man, the Jets are just absolutely horrific. It's a darn shame they don't have their first rounder. Players of the week, Michael Penix, Anthony Richardson, Bobby Okereke, and Nick Bonito, who wins his 2nd AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Now at 21 TFLs, that's 1st in the NFL. 12 sacks, that's 3rd. 4 forced fumbles, I believe that is 1st. He's been maybe the best defensive player in the league. There's no exaggeration around it. The guy is a total superstar. He has made himself a lot of money this year. He is on an expiring contract. I think it goes without saying we're not going to let him go, whether that's with an extension or a franchise tag in the offseason. The playoff picture is now here, and while we're not in it, we're close. We're only a game back of the Dolphins, who are currently the 7th seed. They're 7-4. We are 6-5, and we're hotter than just about anybody. No one wants to see the Denver Broncos on their schedule, especially a Las Vegas Raider team who has really struggled. We're on a long win streak. We've won 4 in a row. For the Raiders, it's been the complete opposite. They have hit the struggle bus. They are 4-7. They've lost their last 5. They haven't won since week 6 before their bye week when they beat us. We're going to have a team meeting about facing off against the rookie quarterback Jalen Daniels. And it's easy to say Daniels and Devin Neal have hit the rookie wall because both of them have obviously not played all that well as of the last month or so. But really, the entire team has hit a wall. They're saying how Daniels struggles with his deep ball, which for those of you who watched Season 1 of the Kansas series, I think we all know that's just completely not true. Jalen Daniels has a terrific deep ball. I don't know what our guys are talking about. What tape had they been watching of Jalen Daniels? Is he running around with a blindfold now in the NFL? I mean, I guess he might as well be, given how the Raiders have performed over the last 5 weeks. So, looking at their win streak, the first 3 games, they allowed 45, 30, and 31. The defense starts to play better, but then the offense struggles. Over their last 2, they've only scored 19. The offense and defense have not had a good performance within unison of each other. They're going to need to change that today, and they're certainly capable. With Jalen Daniels and Devin Neal leading the way, both of these guys, Neal in particular, played really well in the matchup back in Week 6. Devin Neal was the best player on the field in that game, while Daniels led a game-winning drive with a late touchdown with under a minute to go for the young standout tight end Brock Bowers. So let's get this game underway here in Las Vegas. Week 13, the Broncos, one of the hottest teams in the NFL at 6-5, marching on the doorstep of the playoff spot. The Raiders, meanwhile, who looked like a potential playoff darling early in the season, have fallen off the map. They've lost 5 in a row, and they've got to get it together. Both of these teams are on opposite streaks right now. We'll see if the two streaks continue or if the Raiders can figure some things out and knock off the red-hot Broncos. From the 25-yard line here on first down, first play from scrimmage. Daniels floats it up, and it's Brock Bowers with a huge gain down the field. He gets 35. A quick start for Las Vegas. They already have it past midfield within seconds. From the 40, Devin Neal with it. Bounces off a blocker, and he is gone. A two-play drive lasting under a minute, and the Raiders are already on the board. Jalen Daniels and Devin Neal off to a quick start in this one. Neal with a 40-yard score, and our offense already has some work to do, down 7-0. On first down, Franklin in motion. This new playbook has a lot of pre-snap motion as Nix is sacked. Max Crosby with the initial hit. He pushes Nix into Tyree Wilson, and so now it is a 3rd down and 13 from the 28-yard line. This time it's Adam Troutman in motion. Nix delays the handoff, rolls out to the right side on the run. Nobody's open. He's going to look to scramble, and he will get around 7. Nix is going to roll out to the right more than the left today because the starting left tackle, Morgan Moses, got hurt in practice. He will not go. The backup left tackle, Josh Jones, also got hurt in practice, and he also won't go today. So Mike McGlinchey, who was recently benched, will play left tackle. There's Devin Neal with a nice first down run. Now at the 39-yard line, Daniels calls for a switch at the line. He goes back to Neal, and this time he's going backwards. Nick Benito starts the play, and Michael Williams finishes him off. These two guys, along with Browning, of course, have become a really, really good group on this defensive line, not just in the passing game, but also in run defense. Daniels floats it up on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Benito and friends with the pressure. P.J. Locke should have intercepted it, and Denver gets it back with a defensive stop. At the 13-yard line, 2nd and 8. Nix under pressure, scrambles to the right. On the run, he's got Mims. Breaks a tackle, and Marvin Mims gets 24. What a throw there by Bo Nix under pressure with a dime, and Mims with another great play after the catch. At the 40, Dulcich in motion here on 3rd and 1. Nix looks to throw it, rolls to the right. He can't lose too many yards. It is a sack. He only loses 2, though, so I guess it could have been worse. Robert Spillane brings him down, and here, 4th and 3 at the 43, we're going to go for it. Too long for a field goal, too far in to punt. Short throw, caught by Johnson for a gain of 7. So a gutsy decision to go for it. We could have tried to win the field position battle and punt it, but we choose to be aggressive. It pays off, and that'll wrap up the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Raiders. They scored a quick touchdown within a minute of this game. Denver has now gone 4 full quarters without finding the end zone, so the offense back on another cold streak. They've got to get something here looking to tie this game. 2nd and 7 from the 33. Nix looks to throw it. Risky throw, tipped and picked off. It's Nate Hobbs. He's got plenty of space. Past the 25, eventually tracked down by Javonte Williams, but not before bringing it to the 17. Nix wanted to trust his receiver, even though it was double coverage. I think he was looking for Mims. He was able to box out both of the receivers to where he could have gotten the ball, but the pass was overthrown. And now on the first play of the drive for the Raiders, Devin Neal walks it in, his 2nd score of the afternoon. And the interception directly results in a touchdown for the Raiders. They lead 14-0. Denver's got to wake up. 3rd and 10. Nix on the run, under pressure, and he fumbles it, but the ball goes out of bounds. The offense, again, looks lost. Another rough showing from this unit. The pressure has been too much for Bo Nix to overcome. Raiders back with it. That ball's out, and it's picked up by Denver. Marvin Grant delivers the boom on his former college teammate Devin Neal. It's picked up by Surtain. We don't need to review that play. Helen Keller could have told you that was a fumble. And Denver's going to get it with great field position. What a hit by the rookie Grant. Here's Nix on the run. He connects. Nice throw and catch to Tez Johnson, who brings it to the 10. Denver looking to capitalize off of their turnover, just as the Raiders did earlier in the quarter, as it's a 3rd and goal. Nix looks to throw it under some pressure. Up the middle, he's got Mims. Touchdown, Broncos. Marvin Mims with the score And Denver's back in the ball game, folks. It's 14-7. Nice job there by Nix to be patient, waiting for confirmation that the linebacker Diablo isn't going to follow Marvin Mims in coverage. And it's now 14-7. Raiders still have the lead, 3rd and 4. It's caught by Davante Adams. That's a first down as he gets it near the 50 to the 48, where he is quickly tackled by Patrick Surtain, who had the fumble recovery on the last possession. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Jaden Higgins, the rookie out of Iowa State, is in motion. He is wide open, and it's overthrown. Broken coverage, could have been a touchdown, but Daniels airmails the pass. Now it's 3rd and 5. Daniels looks to throw it up the middle. He's got Davante Adams. First down to the 31-yard line. Adams and Surtain is a really fun matchup. Iron sharpens iron. One of the best route runners in the NFL against one of the most technically sound corners. Up the middle on 3rd and 7. Bowers breaks the initial tackle. He only gets 5, though. Wrapped up on the play quickly by the Denver secondary. Bowers a little bit shaken up, and the Raiders are going to go for it. I would take the points, make it a 2-score lead, but they are not going to. 4th and 2. Neal is thrown down, flipped over by the rookie, Jeffrey Bassa. The Raiders do not get the first down, and Denver's going to get it back as it remains a 1-score game. Bo Nix coming off a strong drive to start the second quarter after the interception previously as they start things off at the 23-yard line. Marvin Mims is the motion man here on first down. Mims, wide open, down the field, he's got it! Marvin Mims is off to the races! Touchdown, Broncos! Another long touchdown for Mims. He had a 77-yarder last week, and he gets another one this week. This time it's on the deep ball. A beauty from Bo Nix, and a great play by Mims, his second touchdown of the afternoon. What a start to this game for Marvin Mims. 4 catches, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This one is knotted up at 14. 3rd and 5, broken up by Sanders, and the momentum is shifting rapidly towards Denver. 5 minutes ago, we were down by 14 and on defense. Now it's tied, and we've got the ball with a chance to take the lead before half. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. Nix has to throw it away before possibly being sacked in the end zone. That could have been bad news. Good thing he was able to get rid of the ball. And the Raiders get it back. Minute 25 left in the first half. Daniels under pressure, goes short. Devin Neal with it. He's got space with a nice block, and he is out of bounds at the 21-yard line, stopping the clock, showing off the LeBron celebration. 3rd and 1 with 30 seconds to go. Daniels goes short. Bowers leaps in for a score. Brock Bowers with the touchdown, and an interesting factoid with him is that Bowers has only scored 3 touchdowns in his entire NFL career now. 2 of them are against us. That one, and then the game winner a few weeks back. Here is Nix up the middle. He's got Whaley. He'll make his way out of bounds, nearing field goal range at the 41. Denver's got a real chance to score before halftime. They've got 12 seconds. They have all 3 timeouts. Here is Nix looking to get the Broncos closer to field goal range. On the run, he's going to scramble with it. Gets the first, out of bounds at the 28 with 4 seconds. And we're not going to risk it. We're going to bring the field goal unit out now. 45-yarder for Will Lutz is up, and it is good. So a successful drive to end the second quarter for Denver. They had to move fast, and they will gladly take a field goal. No shenanigans at the end of the first half, unlike last week against New England. 21-17, the Raiders with the lead. But I love seeing how our offense has been able to respond. Rough start to this game. 17 points, though, in the second quarter. As we take a look at our halftime report across the rest of the NFL, we'll open things up in L.A. Matthew Stafford is hurt. The rookie Shedeur Sanders is making his second career start with the Rams. But it's been the Michael Penix show. He connects with the rookie Trayshawn Holden, who has not been one of the best rookies in the NFL. He's been one of the best receivers in the league, period. One of 2 players over 1,000 yards so far this season, along with Rashee Rice. Falcons lead at 24-13, as both of these teams are on the midst of their playoff chase, and the Rams doing it with a backup rookie quarterback. Heading to Seattle, the Seahawks, certainly a team who could be looking at a quarterback in this year's draft. Sam Howell is getting the start today, but it's not really going to matter with their defensive struggles, as Adam Thielen has scored twice. He's feeling it as one would say. I'm sorry, that one was horrible. Carolina leads 20-7. The Panthers currently sit at 7-4, looking to add another win. Bryce Young having a strong day. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns. And then in Arizona, the Cardinals have really figured some things out. They were bad last year. They started this season off bad. But finally, here in the Jonathan Gannon era, they've gotten something going. And they are in a dogfight here with San Francisco, tied at 17 in a 3-way race for the NFC West with these two teams and the LA Rams. That division is really, really competitive. The Niners at the edge at 7-4. The Cardinals and the Rams both with 6 wins, while Seattle is in the toilet. Let's move into the second half now. Again, as I said, I like how the offense was able to respond. Bo Nix started the game off shaky with the interception, but other than that play, I think, again, he's played quite well. And then defensively, honestly, not great. We're not sending a ton of pressure. Jalen Daniels has been accurate, and he's been effective throwing the ball. And then Devin Neal, he's doing his thing with 2 scores. As Denver opens up with the ball, Javonte Williams with it. He's got space, and nobody's in front of him! First play from scrimmage in the second half is a 59-yard touchdown, and the Broncos take the lead. What a start to the third quarter of this game. Javonte Williams with the touchdown. Denver now leads at 24-21. And the Raiders are going to look to respond here as their defense allows a quick score. 2nd and 8. Here is Daniels. He's got Brock Bowers. Breaks the tackle. Gets a first to around the 49-yard line. Strong game so far for Bowers. He's got 4 catches for 68 yards and a score. And he's been banged up. He suffered a couple bumps and bruises today. From the 49 now. Play action. Daniels looks to throw it. Clean pocket. Takes his shot for the end zone. It's picked off. Brandon Jones with the interception, and Denver gets possession of the football back. Daniels wanted to go for the end zone. It looked like his receiver was going to be open, so I kind of get what he was going at there. But Brandon Jones makes a really nice play there late on the football to cut off the route, get the interception, drag the 2 feet in bounds. It kind of sucks that he wasn't able to keep the third step in, because I think he could have actually gotten something on the return since there was nobody back deep on the Raiders to potentially tackle him. And now Denver gets it back here. What a start to the third quarter for the Broncos. But that's going to change right here. It's intercepted by Jack Jones, and he's going to take it to the house for a pick 6. Troy Franklin was the intended target there. It was a risky throw, but Franklin was in front of the corner, and at the very least, he should have tried to box him out a little bit. I guess Troy Franklin's never really played basketball because Jack Jones was able to run right by him, cut through the route, and take it to the house for a touchdown. And the quick momentum that Denver's been able to get here in the third quarter, gone. And now it's 28-24. What a game this has been so far. Nix on first down under pressure. He is sacked. Max Crosby and friends bring him down. Quinn Miners appears to be banged up. I will say I think the offensive line has done a good job not allowing too much pressure, but when there has been, Bo Nix has not been able to respond. Here he is under more pressure. Just has to throw it away there on third down. The Raiders get the stop. They'll get it back on offense with just under 3 to go in the third. 3rd down and 4 here for Las Vegas. Daniels looks to throw it. He has a clean pocket, and he has a wide open Devontae Adams. Patrick Surtain should not be 4 steps behind him as he's able to catch the dig route, and Adams gets a first down to the 28. 2nd and 10 now. Play action under pressure. Finally a sack for the defense. Mykel Williams, the rookie from Georgia, now has 6.5 sacks on the year. Williams started the year off so slowly, but he has really come along, and he's got a chance at double-digit sacks here as a rookie. It's certainly possible. As on 3rd and 15, the screen for Neal only gets 2. A Kansas player threw that pass, a Kansas player caught the pass, and a Kansas player, Marvin Grant, is the one with the tackle. The field goal is blocked by Savon Revel, and it remains 28-24. Savon Revel might be the special teams player of the year. That is 3 blocked field goals in the last 4 weeks for Revel. He is on an absolute tear. Daniel Carlson's one of the best kickers in the NFL. That was an easy 3 points if he makes the kick. Not only are the points taken off the board, but it gives Denver great field position, and they will look to capitalize. It's Johnson down the field, tackled at the 1. Was he not clearly in the end zone? How is that not a touchdown? I mean, it's fine. It's 1st and goal at the 1, so we'll probably punch it in anyway. But it looked like he was very obviously in. Third quarter in the books. Raiders lead 28-24. This has been easily the most jam-packed game of the year. Denver about to take the lead, though, it looks like, with a 1st and goal at the 1 to get things started in the 4th. We'll see if Denver can take the lead. It'll be a 1st and goal around the half-yard line. Javonte Williams joins Nix in the backfield, and he will get it. Williams, untouched, walks into the end zone for a score, and the Broncos regain the lead. Javonte Williams only had 1 touchdown coming into this game on the year. He's got 2 here in the second half. 31-28, 3rd and 16 after a penalty. Daniels under pressure, throws it away. Good job there by the defense to send pressure. Good job by the coverage as well, not letting anybody get open underneath. Raiders have to punt it. Denver gets it back, looking to make it a 2-score game with 9 minutes to play. Nix on 1st down goes short up the middle. Troy Franklin with a nice gain. He gets around 15 yards, and that will move the chains here for the Broncos. They're going to look to be smart with the clock as well. It's not full chew clock time yet, but we'll be getting close. 3rd and 10. Franklin gets 8. Nice tackle by Divine Diablo. 4th and 2 at the 47. We're not going to play any games. We're going to punt the ball. Look to pin the Raiders back deep. Under 6 minutes to go, 2nd and 14. It's an RPO, and Neal loses a couple of yards. John Franklin Myers brings him down, and now we're looking at a 3rd down and 16 for Las Vegas. Daniels looks to throw it, has plenty of time, and nobody's open. He's going to throw it away. The pocket was starting to collapse. The coverage, again, does a terrific job, and the Raiders are going to punt it. They trust their defense to get a stop. 3rd and 7. Mims, 1st down, as he gets it past the 40-yard line. And I think this is now the part of the game where we're really going to focus on running the ball, try to manage the clock, and not let the Raiders get another chance with the football. Under 3 minutes to go, 3rd and 2. Zamir White, the former Raider, gets the 1st down. Big run for the Broncos. And the Raiders are going to have to start calling these timeouts soon. At the 2-minute warning, 2nd and 4. Nix throws it. Dulcich, 1st down. Timeout, Las Vegas. Even though it is chew clock time, we're going to sprinkle some passes in there. At the 32, Nix looks to be calling an audible at the line of scrimmage, and Denver goes right back to the air. Nix looking downfield. He's got Marvin Mims. 1st down to the 15-yard line, and now Denver just needs 1 more to finish this game. 1st and 10 at the 15. Javonte Williams up the middle. He's got it. Dives down because there's no reason to score, no reason to give him the ball back. Raiders use their last timeout, and that's your ball game. We would kneel out the clock and win it 31-28. Don't look now, folks. The Denver Broncos have won 5 in a row and are now 7-5. How many teams in NFL history have had a 5-game losing streak and then immediately respond with a 5-game win streak? There's no way that's happened often, right? And speaking of streaks, the Raiders fall to 4-8. They have now dropped their last 6, and we finally beat the Raiders for the first time in this entire series. Every time we've played against the Raiders in this series, it's been a chaotic ending. Both games last year went into overtime. The first game this year, the Raiders got a game-winning drive, but here we finally beat the boogeyman, knock off Las Vegas with a great showing offensively. We actually converted on 3rd down, unlike the New England game. Got a little bit of everything from Bo Nix. The interceptions certainly were not great. He also was quite bad under pressure. But as a passer, he made some awesome throws in this one. I thought Jalen Daniels was pretty solid. Both teams ran the ball well. Through the air, Troy Franklin was pretty good. Marvin Mims was outstanding. 6 for 141 and 2. Have yourself a day. Tez Johnson had a good game as well, and then defensively certainly was not our best showing. Got to give credit to the rookie left tackle, Miles Hinton. He's done what nobody's been able to do this year, and that's hold Nick Bonito in check. He still had a good game defending the run, but only 1 TFL, no sacks. Only 1 sack as a team. That was by Michael Williams. But both defenses did force a pair of turnovers, so when the offenses weren't scoring, it was not usually because of stalled drives, but because of turning over the ball. Overall, a good win here. We do have a couple new injuries, unfortunately. Quinn Minor's torn labrum. He'll miss 4 games. Ben Powers, who started at the beginning of the year, will replace him. Powers moved to the bench with the addition of Joel Petonio, and then Jonah Ellis is out 2 weeks with an abdominal tear, so we'll be missing him and Baron Browning in terms of the edge rushing room. As we take a look at Week 13, unfortunately, the Jets had a bye week, so they couldn't lose again. Daniel Jones wins the Player of the Week along with Josh Allen, Jesse Bates, and Tuli Pelotu. I guess the Giants benched Russ and have moved back to Danny Derps. Look at the standings, 7-5, 7th seed. We're in the playoffs right now. 5 weeks ago, we were 2-5. I think we were the 14 seed. The season looked like it was over. But this team has figured it out. We still got some work to do, and the schedule is going to get really hard after this game against Tennessee, as we've got the 2 number 1 seeds, Dallas and Kansas City, on the schedule coming up. I think in the next episode, though, we're going to have another prospect profile. We're going to go over the offensive and defensive linemen in this year's class, along with, of course, this matchup against the 3-9 Tennessee Titans. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out. Broncos country. Let's ride.